It's Easter Sunday, and weather's pretty good this morning. Nice and quiet down at the plot, so I thought I'd bring you down and show you what we've done so far. Making pretty good progress down here. Basically ready to start planting up. So yeah, let's go for a little tour. And the first thing is this lovely quince. It's really burst into life in the last sort of 2 weeks. And got tons of little buds on there. So I think in the next couple of weeks it's going to be covered in flowers, and I can't wait to see that. I'm really happy with how healthy that looks. Might need another summer prune just to take off some of this longer growth, but can't wait to see what it produces. These summer raspberries that we moved out of the corner and just plonked in here temporarily, they're all doing quite well. We've got some buds coming on those as well, so we should get some raspberries this summer. Only a few, but we can use these as a good starting point for when we know when we want to where we want to place them permanently. Discovered this little rhubarb. This was just underneath a load of waste that had been dumped in here, and this was obviously a compost bin at some point, but yeah, this just popped up out of nowhere. So yeah, it's had a bit of a late start, but it's going strong now, and shouldn't be too long before we can try some of this. I think this week at some point probably. We've got 12 pallets here that we're taking the bottoms off of, and we're going to use these for compost bins. So I've taken the bottoms off just so it's a bit easier to handle them, save space, and will be easier to keep it tidy around them. So essentially what I'm going to do is place them upright like this, and another 3 around here, a bit of wire around each corner, and on the bottom as well, and then some nice big compost bins we'll have for all the waste that I can bring back from work. And that should do us for the whole plot, hopefully. I'm actually going to keep the little black compost bin, and I'm going to bring another one of those down, and I'll use those maybe for food waste, maybe for leaf mould, not sure yet. It'd be handy to have some leaf mould that I can sift for potting compost, but we'll see. Early days. For now, we've got to put these together, but that's a job for another day. And then here is where most of the work's gone into. These are the first 3 beds we've made, and I've gone down to about 10 centimetres here above the cardboard, and that should be enough to keep the weeds down for a while. Managed to save the brassica cage, so we put that bed first. There's a nice big bed there for brassicas, and maybe some salad leaves or some fruit, whatever we fancy doing in there. And then these 2 nice big beds for all the other veggies we want to plant up. But this is just the beginning. We've got another bed to build down the bottom here. I'll probably do that today, and that's going to be for the beans. So I'm going to do a slightly thinner bed for the beans, and yeah, that should give us enough space at the bottom of the plot to put the compost bins next to them. I've used wood chip for the paths, and I haven't put any weed membrane down other than cardboard, but this is quite nice and fine, this wood chip, so hopefully it will break down quite quickly. I have put quite a thick layer on, so I'll probably, when the beds are a bit more settled and they're not going to be shifting too much. I might rake off a bit of this wood chip, have the path slightly lower, but we'll see. It's just holding all the compost in place at the moment. But yeah, really happy so far. And here's a little bit of footage of us putting these beds together last week. And then I'll show you a few other bits that we've managed to do here. So this is the compost that I've used to make up the bulk of what's on the beds here. I've used this before in the past. It's really, really good, and it's good value for money as well. You get quite big bags. You can usually get them on offer. I did want to buy it direct from the supplier because they do this in bulk bags. Yeah, I wanted to get them in bulk bags, but apparently compost is in very high demand at the moment. So they were saying 8 to 10 weeks for delivery, which is just way too long. We'd be well into summer by then. So yeah, I went and bought up whatever was left at the garden centre. I think I've got about 35 bags of this stuff. They're 80 litres each. You do pay a bit more money at the garden centre, obviously, but I didn't really have a choice. And I didn't really want to buy smaller bags because I didn't want all the plastic waste. Really wanted to get some bulk bags, but you know, it is what it is. I had to do this. And I have done a bit of research, and there are various garden centres in the area that run recycling programmes for compost bags. They turn them into furniture and things like that. So I'll be looking into that a bit more and dropping these bags off at one of those garden centres. So yeah, this is compost to stable manure, and it's broken down a fair bit, so it's ready to plant in. Yeah, I just chose this because it's cheaper than a lot of other things. I know you do have to be careful with manure because of the aminopyralid weed killers that are being used at the moment. They don't break down when they're composted. They do eventually break down in the soil, but yeah, they can sometimes affect your plants. You'll see plants sort of yellowing and wilting, I think. I've never experienced it before myself, and I've used this quite a lot, so I'm just hoping that this is going to be you know, good enough to plant into straight away. We'll find out in a few weeks. But yeah, really glad I managed to get some of this stuff. I have bought some other stuff as well, some other farmyard manure, because I need to make some more beds. But what I'm hoping I'll do is I can put the other beds off for a while and get some bulk bags of spent mushroom compost and use that instead. And that'll be a bit of an experiment, a bit of a trial, to see how the vegetables do in each of those beds. This farmyard manure actually was quite warm when I got it out of the van yesterday. It's been sat in there for a day. Some of the bags that were in the middle of the pile were quite warm, which suggests to me that perhaps it hasn't broken down enough for planting in, so I'm going to use that sparingly. I think I'll mix it in with other stuff and hope it breaks down soon. The only other stuff I got was I found a load of open bags at some of the garden centres of various different things: soil conditioner, compost, multi-purpose, etc. So I just bought any that were open and mixed that in with the manure. I haven't put the ericaceous in. I'm going to save that for some blueberries maybe. And there's a tree and shrub compost under there as well. We're going to put some fruit trees in soon, so I'll save that for that. And then my next plan is to put 2 more beds in. Here's the manhole cover here. I'm going to put another bed in running down the hill this way, and then another one running down the hill above the manhole cover. And then over here we've got some slabs for the greenhouse. I found some slabs on a free giving page, which is great. They're really solid and sturdy, big thick slabs. Absolute pain to get down here to the plot, with my van scraping along the ground basically, and I could only manage to bring them down in 2s in the wheelbarrow. So they weigh an absolute ton, but they're here now. So it's for the greenhouse. But yeah, anyway, this all needs to be properly beveled. I just plonked them on there to see how big it would be. Well, one of the things I didn't show you down here on the last video was that we've got an orchard next to the allotments as well. And this is what it looked like when I first started here. It was quite bare, so I didn't film too much. And this is what it looks like now. Well, I think I'm done for the day now, and as you can see, we've made quite good progress so far. First 4 beds are in, a couple more to go, greenhouse on the way, so I'll be putting that up in the next couple of weeks hopefully. And yeah, lots of exciting stuff happening now. Hopefully you'll join me next time, and I'll have lots of plants to go in the ground, lots of stuff ready to go in already, got tons of seeds to propagate. I'm a little late in the year, but I think I'll be alright. So yeah, join me again next time. Hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll get some plants in the ground. If you like this video, perhaps give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try and get these allotment updates out every couple of weeks now, and there'll be plenty more gardening content coming as well. Things are really picking up for the spring. So thanks for watching. See you next time.